T7M Radio brings to you the best of 7 Sports Talk with 7 Mitchell.
All right, y'all, T7M Radio, this is the best of 7 Sports Talk with 7 Mitchell. I definitely apologize for the technical difficulties. We'll be talking NFL week number 3. We just went over the Buffalo Bills being locked in with the Denver Broncos. We both had the Broncos over the Bills.
Yes.
And as far as the Ravens and the Jaguars, like I said, the Ravens are the third team since 1970, the first team since 1992 Pittsburgh Steelers to record 4 or more interceptions in each of their first 2 games. Blake Bortles has thrown an NFL worst 53 interceptions since the entering the league in 2014. And I said that I got my Ravens 28-10 over the Jaguars. You agree with that, but you said that you think the Ravens would score more.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's catch back up. Matter of fact, let's reach out to the streets. Look like we got Brooklyn in the house. Who you got between my Ravens and the Jaguars?
The Ravens is going to win.
Yo, you say that with so much hate and disdain in your heart. What's wrong?
Yeah, because
Purple Rain, baby.
They're gonna win. I don't even think the match is gonna be really close, to be honest.
Oh, okay. All right, next.
I think it's gonna be a blow. At least 2 touchdowns. Y'all gonna win by at least 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, Raj said we're gonna put up a lot of points. I just think our defense is really gonna be the one that really get it done.
Yeah, because I don't really trust the Jaguars' defense.
Right. All right.
I don't trust their defense. So it's gonna do good.
I got you. NFL Week 3 up next. We got the New Orleans Saints versus the Carolina Panthers. Now the Saints have had a lot of issues on defense. The Saints have had a lot of issues on defense, but the biggest one has been allowing explosive plays down the field. Despite being 2-0, Carolina have struggled to finish drives. I think this will be a pretty decent game. I think the Panthers, if not mistaken, they've averaged 34 points in their past 5 games against New Orleans. So Cam Newton is able to put up some good numbers against the Saints. I got the Panthers going 3-0, beating the Saints 34-13. Raj, how you calling this one between the Panthers and the Saints?
Listen, my guy Cam Newton is going to explode on the Saints.
You got Carolina?
Yes, I got Carolina. I got Carolina beating them.
Now, Carolina is without Greg Olsen at tight end. Does that make a difference to you?
Listen, think about it, okay? When Cam ain't had no receivers, you know what I mean? He ain't had Greg Olsen, and he still got the job done.
But that defense in 2015 was an elite, probably the number 1 defense, them in Denver. Their defense is still solid, but I don't think their defense is as great as it was 2 years ago.
Come on, man. Don't doubt Superman, a.k.a. Cam.
Okay. What about you, Flash? Who you got between the Saints and the Carolina Panthers going down to Sunday?
I got the Panthers. The only reason I have the Panthers is because the Saints defense is horrible. Like, it could be historically bad. That's the only reason. I feel Drew Brees is gonna still do his numbers, but you still have to stop the other team from scoring. And I don't feel like they defensively they're good. Like, it's bad. It's bad.
Now, I don't want to be disrespectful, Flash, but this is a business. With the way that the defense have been for the last couple years for New Orleans, do you think that it's realistic that they should consider trading Drew Brees to start a rebuilding?
I feel they should. I feel off the strength of for Drew Brees, I feel like to end his career, he should compete for a title, because he hasn't digressed over the years. He's still passing for 5,000 yards, still have a good touchdown and interception ratio. So I feel like, you know what, just let him go. Let him go to another team where he could contribute and actually it could mean something. Start over. Right. You guys are not any good defensively. It's hard to watch.
No doubt.
And I'm a fan of Drew Brees. It's hard to watch. He's really doing what he has to do, but it's just that the defense is so historically bad.
That's a fact. And picking up Adrian Peterson, I mean, he has done nothing for that program early on.
Great point. Great point.
You know what, though? To me personally, picking up Adrian Peterson, I really seriously think Drew Brees needs to leave. the Saints. Because the way the past couple games, that I've seen, the reports and everything about Drew Brees or about Adrian Peterson, I don't understand why they picked him up, first of all. But
oh, now you're being disrespectful. What you mean you don't know why they picked up Adrian Peterson? Are you kidding me? So wait a minute, Raj. So if Adrian Peterson was interested to come into your Philadelphia Eagles, you wouldn't embrace that move?
No, I wouldn't.
What? You're bugging out. Who do y'all have in that backfield, Raj, in Philly?
Well, we got some ball. Listen.
Y'all don't have no
to
ballers.
Me personally,
y'all don't have no
ballers
back there.
Let me answer this. Flashy, I want you to answer this too. Who would you rather pick? Sproles or Peterson?
No, I'm not. I'm a big Adrian fan because I would pick Sproles because Sproles is more versatile.
You should be.
Thank you. That's who we got in Philly.
I'll pick Sproles because you could put Sproles as a wideout, and you could move him a lot of places. Adrian is just like a downfield runner, and I feel like he's not the same because all those hits he took and all those surgeries, he's not the same AP as he used to be. So I understand why he said that he'll take Sproles.
Let me explain something to you. You guys should first of all be banned from talking sports. I mean, this makes no sense. First of all, versatility in Philadelphia really is no justification. It makes no sense anyway. I mean, their offense, this is not the Chip Kelly's Philadelphia Eagles, Raj. So Darren Sproles really is not really that much of a factor. I mean, his speed and his height is really the only thing that stand out. Don't sit up here in front like y'all could not use Adrian Peterson along with Carson Wentz. Are you kidding me?
I don't want AP.
I know. All right, next up, man, this is the best of 7 Sports Talk, T7M Radio with 7 Mitchell. Callers, y'all call up 347-989-8102. Press that one button if you want to go on live. We talking NFL Week 3. Next up, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Chicago Bears. Now, the Bears' lack of firepower on offense, they actually tied 25th in points per game. It's definitely going to hurt them this Sunday. The Steelers' defense has been its strength, 3rd overall and 3rd in yards per play, giving up over just a little under 4 yards in 2 games. That's fucking crazy. I do feel like Chicago in no way, shape, form, fashion can outscore Big Ben in that high-power offense. I think this is just going to be a rout, unfortunately. The Bears haven't played terrible. I did like the way they played in Week 1. They wasn't that sharp in Week 2, but I got the Steelers going 3-0, 24-14 over the Chicago Bears. Who you got, Raj?
Listen, Seven, now you're being disrespectful, okay? And I'm going to tell you why you're being disrespectful. The Steelers is going to score more than that. And you got to realize that high-powered offense that they got there, who's their receivers against Seven Mitchell?
I mean, we got AB. We got Martavius Bryant. I mean, like I just said, I just gave Pittsburgh some props. Le'Veon Bell in the backfield. Y'all got an explosive offense. No, listen, you're being disrespectful to the Chicago Bears defense.
I'm going to be surprised if the Steelers come out and blow Chicago out. I
mean, what do you call a blowout? What are you giving Pittsburgh? Give me some numbers as far as points then, Mr. Big Shot.
31-0 Pittsburgh.
Are you on drugs?
37-0 Pittsburgh.
Are you on drugs? You think the Pittsburgh Steelers is going to shut a team out with that defense this season? Are you crazy?
They got 2 of the best receivers in the NFL right now.
I understand that, but you just said 0 that Chicago would not score.
Okay, you know what? All right. Let me make this better. 37-7.
Oh man, you're way out of bounds.
I'm gonna give Chicago 1 touchdown.
Unbelievable. Flash, talk to me. Who you got in this matchup between the Steelers and the Bears?
I got the Steelers. It's not even close. But I'm gonna give the Bears more respect. I'm going to say 34-14.
That's crazy. Next up, we got the Detroit Lions. 2-0 for the first time since 2011. They're going to be locked in versus Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. Now, Matt Ryan has thrown for 22 touchdowns and no interceptions over his past 9 games, including the playoffs. He might feel a little pressure because their starting right tackle is out. But I just feel like with Julio Jones, Atlanta got a lot of weapons. It's going to be a good game, but I got Atlanta over Detroit, 35-21. Who you got, Raj?
I'm going Atlanta 35-21. I'm agree with you on this play. on this one.
Okay. What about you, Flash? What you got between the Lions and the Falcons? And the Falcons.
I'm actually going with the upset. I'm going with the Lions to beat the Atlanta Falcons.
Now, remind you, the Lions are on a short week, and two of their defensive starters, Tavon Wilson and Jared Davis, they're not going to be playing, I don't think. So you still favoring the Lions in the upset?
I still favor the Lions. I feel like they're on a good pace, and I feel like their defense is improving each week. And I feel like Matthew Stafford, I feel he's gonna be a candidate for MVP. I feel he's gonna his play is gonna progress every year, every week. So I got the Lions with the upset. Not close. It's not like 24-21.
Now the game is in Detroit, so you may got a good point. That home crowd might rally behind Matt Stafford and company, and if Matt Ryan start to turn the ball over, anything can happen. You see the collapse in the Super Bowl last year. Anything can happen. You're right.
Yeah.
All right, next up, we got another game. This is really not going to be a good one, in my opinion. We got the Indianapolis Colts, the winless Indianapolis Colts, locked in with the winless Cleveland Browns. I don't really need to even break this thing down. I'm still going with the Browns to get their first win of the season, 17-9 over the Indianapolis Colts. Who you got, Raj, between the Browns and the Colts?
You know what? I'm going with the Colts to get their first win over Cleveland.
You going with the Colts to get, even without Andrew Luck?
Yes.
Now, the Colts played with more confidence offensively against Arizona in week number 2. I will give them that. Brissett has another week under his belt as starting quarterback. Brissett used to back up Tom Brady and Jimmy Garoppolo back in New England. And receivers T.Y. Hilton and Dante Moncrief are really in position for bounce-back games after having disappointing performances against the Cardinals. I just don't think Indianapolis can make any noise without Andrew Luck. They actually may go 0-16 this season. I don't have no respect for Chuck Pagano, what they're doing right now. I don't see how they're going to avoid 0-3. I got Cleveland beating Indianapolis.
Let me ask you that, Seven. Who's Cleveland's quarterback?
Well, Deshaun Kaiser has at least had a training camp and a preseason to learn the system. So, you're looking at a rookie quarterback, but he's okay. He has his little moments.
Exactly.
Oh, now you're being disrespectful. Up next, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Minnesota Vikings. Now, the way Sam Bradford's knee reacts to practice will determine whether he can power through and play on Sunday. That's really going to be my deciding factor in this game. If Sam Bradford does not play at home with the Vikings, I don't think they're going to stand a chance against Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm going with the Bucs 24-19 over the Vikings. Who you got?
I'm going with the Bucs too.
Now, I'm not even going to hold you.
I'm going with, listen.
I'm not going to hold you.
But you got to think.
Because the Vikings backup quarterback, Case Keenum, the backup quarterback for the Vikings, if Sam Bradford doesn't play, Case Keenum is actually 2-0 against the Buccaneers over the past 2 seasons. So he has developed the recipe to beat this team if need be. So either way you look at it, this could be a decent game. And Minnesota has a good defense and they're at home. But I just think they're going to need all of their weapons and all the stars will need to be aligned to beat Tampa Bay.
Listen, you got to realize Jameis Winston got some weapons. You know what I mean? He got Deshaun Jackson. You know what I mean? He got some weapons. Let's put it that way.
Who's disputing that? That's why I got them winning on the road.
Okay.
Flash, what you think about this Tampa Bay and Minnesota at home?
I actually got the Vikings winning because the Tampa Bay defensively, they got a lot of questionable and doubtful. They have a lot of injuries on the defensive side, so I got the Vikings winning.
All right. That's what it do. Next up, we got the Houston Texans versus Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. Now, the Bill O'Brien-led Texans have never won at Gillette Stadium, and that's going to change on Sunday, in my opinion. Houston's defense gave Tom Brady fits in the playoffs, but its offense still isn't good enough to outscore Tom Brady at home. I got the Patriots beating the Texans 28-21. Who you got, Flash, between the Patriots and Texans?
I think you kind of undershooting the Patriots. I don't see the Texans really score like that. I could see them. It's gonna be like 34-7.
I don't have no respect.
Tom Brady's gonna go on fire. Like I feel he's gonna really expose the Texans in this game.
Does Tom Brady play defense?
No, you're right.
Oh, okay. Right. Because I believe week 1, didn't they give up like almost 40-something points to someone? The Kansas City?
Yeah, to the Chiefs. You're right, to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
You're right.
I know. I was here last night.
Raj, who you got between the Patriots and the Texans, bro? Or can you mute your phone if you're talking?
Yeah, no, I'm good. Listen, I got the Patriots blowing out the Texans.
Blowing them out? You don't have no respect for J.J. Watt?
Listen, Tom, correct me if I'm wrong. Flashy, I want your opinion on this, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Is Tom Brady one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL right now?
He's one of the greats of all time.
Thank you. And he's like a Peyton Manning. They say he don't got his receivers, but look what he's doing. Look at his receivers that he's got. You know what I mean?
With a better receiving core last year in the playoffs at home, Brady was 18 for 38, 287 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. He was subpar. You sitting up there act like J.J. Watt and Jadeveon Clowney are not official.
They are official, but you acting like Tom Brady is not elite.
Look, man, Mr. Tap Dance, Mr. Gregory Hines, if you put that pressure on Brady, what is he going to do with who is he going to throw it to?
Ron Gronkowski.
Okay.
Oh, man, please. Man, please. Whatever. Okay, whatever. Next up, we got another AFC East matchup. We got the Miami Dolphins versus the New York Jets. Now, Miami has won 4 of its past 5 meetings against the Jets at MetLife Stadium. Miami's offense and quarterback Jay Cutler shows flashes week 2, but could not find a way to get a breakout game. The Jets allowed more points than anyone in the NFL through these 2 games. They just can't do anything offensively or defensively. I got the Dolphins by default 28-10 over the New York Jets. Who you got, Raj?
Man, I'm going with the Dolphins to beat the Jets.
Dolphins over the Jets. What about you, Flash?
This hurt me to say this because I like the Jets, but this is gonna be a blowout. Let's move on.
All right, well, this might hurt a little bit more because we got to get into Raj, Philadelphia Eagles, and the New York Football Giants.
Let's get to it.
All right, now, you need to look really hard with a blue tinted glasses to find a victory for the Giants in this one after they showed the first 2 games. And this is the Eagles' home opener. So this is just not a good matchup either way you look at it for the Giants. Now, desperate teams are dangerous teams. And the 0-2 Giants fit the description. But the Eagles' strength, their defensive line, I think it's going to dominate that offensive line of New York and Eli Manning. They don't have a running game to neutralize Philadelphia. I do have the Eagles beating the Giants 24-17, even if OBJ plays the whole game.
Hey, 7. I got 7. I usually agree with you. But you being real disrespectful towards my birds, man.
I just gave you birds. I just said Philly was going to win. How am I being disrespectful?
Yeah. Listen, we putting up. It's our home opener. Alshon Jeffrey's debuts in Philly. Okay. We putting up more than that.
Flash, let me tell you something. The day that they signed Alshon Jeffries in the offseason, this guy has called my phone and he has been promoting and hyping up Alshon for the longest time. He better show up Sunday, Raj. He better show up.
Trust me. Let me ask you this, right, Seven? Who's the Giants secondary?
Wait a minute. Do not be disrespectful to the Giants defense because the Giants secondary is actually elite. They just hurt.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, what, an elite and getting cooked?
Wow.
Do you not understand this? Just like, listen. Just like, I'm gonna put this out to you real quick, okay? About my dirty birds as receivers. Torrey Smith, Alshon Jeffries, okay? The commentator was saying last week, when they're covered, they're still wide open. Nobody, you think about it like this. Who can shut Alshon down? From the Giants.
Why do you make Jeffries like he's a number one receiver? He's not that great. He's not that great.
Okay,
he played in Chicago.
Who can shut Torrey Smith down?
Torrey Smith has been nothing since he left Baltimore. Let's be clear.
Okay.
He has speed, but he's not. Come on, man.
Right.
Carson Wentz. Look, check this out. The only thing that really impresses me about the Philadelphia Eagles in all actuality is that front seven of their defense. I think their pass rush.
Oh, come on.
What?
Come on, Seven. We got in our division right now, okay? We got the best two receivers in the game right now our division.
How do you figure that? How do you figure that Torrey Smith?
What two receiver tandem is better than Alshon Jeffries and Torrey Smith?
First of all, Des Bryant and either Terrence Williams or Beasley is better than your guys. Washington has DJ and who else? On paper, New York got better receivers than y'all. Brandon Marshall and Shepard and OBJ is way better than your wide receivers. Way better.
So you saying? So wait a minute. So you saying right now, right? Brandon Marshall is better than Alshon Jeffries?
No, I'm saying OBJ is light years above Alshon Jeffries.
Okay. Now just remember this, right? When we had this recap show, and my bird and Alshon does the dirty bird in Philly. You know what I mean? And Torrey does the dirty bird a couple times. I don't want to hear nothing.
This is going to be...
I just want an apology.
This is going to be a defensive game. What about you, Flash? Who you got between the Eagles and the Giants?
I got the Eagles, but it's going to be closer than Raj actually thinks because I feel that, Eli's going to try to prove a point because his coach called him out. I feel like defensively, the Giants are going to step up, but I would say this match will be 17-14.
Okay.
The Eagles. Like a field goal.
If the Giants fall to 0-3, I got two questions for you, Flash, by you being in New York. Number one, is there still a chance that they can make the playoffs? And number two, do you think Ben McAdoo should be fired middle of the season?
Ben McAdoo, I feel he should be fired, and I feel like they could make the playoffs if they fall to 0-3, but they will have to cut the turnovers down. They will have to defensively be on point, and offensively they have the problem really isn't really Eli, it's the offensive line.
Right.
Yeah, they're not blocking for him. So it's the real problem. So I feel like Ben McAdoo, I don't feel he's a head coach material. I feel he's more of a coordinator.
Okay. I respect that. I agree.
Of a coordinator. Yeah, more.
I agree. All right, this is the Best of 7 Sports Talk, T7L Radio. We talking NFL action, Week 3 predictions. Next up, we got the Tennessee Titans versus the Seattle Seahawks. Now, the Seahawks believe some of the issues that they had back in Week 2, drop passes and some uncharacteristic inaccuracies by Russell Wilson, are easily correctable. I always felt like Russell Wilson was a little bit overrated, but this defense is still in a sense. Yeah, this defense to me still is elite. Mariota turned the ball over too many times. This will be a pretty close game because it's going to be in Tennessee. But I think Mariota going to turn this ball over a little bit too much. I got the Seahawks over the Titans 17-13.
I agree with you on that, but you got to stop disrespecting Wilson, man.
I agree with Roger about that. Wilson is not overrated.
Yo, Russell Wilson is very, very overrated. Let me ask you guys, and I'll ask you.
He's
better than who?
Seven. He's better than Joe Flacco.
Woo!
I agree with that.
What?
I agree with that.
Yo, out your mind. Joe Flacco can make all the throws, a Super Bowl MVP, and will never throw an interception on a 1-yard line. in the
Joe
biggest
Flacco
game.
is the Eli Manning of the AFC.
No way. No way. No, you know what?
Thank you, Flash.
I'll take that because, see, Eli Manning is a future Hall of Famer, a 2-time Super Bowl MVP. Let's talk about it.
But he's without those Super Bowl rings, he wouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
Well, this is what you play for, baby. We play for the rings. This is what we playing for. Let's be respectful. Wow. So where you putting that? Where you putting Flash? Where you putting Russell Wilson as far as black quarterbacks? Let's just go black quarterbacks. Where you putting Russell
Black
Wilson as
quarterback.
black quarterback?
I think he's good. Like I don't want to like discredit him. It's just that I feel like I feel he's good for his size. Like he moves out the pocket. He's very good. I feel he's good. Like I feel he's good. Like when he all said and done, I feel he'd be one of the best African American quarterbacks. He's good. You discredit him. He's very good. He's very good.
Is he better
at some points he was holding the defense down and scoring. It's just that a lot of things happened.
He never was holding that Seattle defense down. What are you talking about? What games were you watching?
This is what I'm saying. It was times where it was times. I didn't say all the time. The defense, of course, is the inside of that team. But he didn't slow them down though. He's good. I feel he fits perfectly for that team, quarterback wise, perfectly.
Okay. All right. We
Perfectly.
just gonna.
But I don't have him in. I don't have the Seahawks in this game. But it's gonna be a close game though.
Next up, we got the Cincinnati Bengals versus Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Now, the Bengals have yet to score a damn touchdown this year. The Packers didn't allow one in their home opener against the Seahawks. Yes, the Packers are banged up on defense and couldn't slow down the Falcons last week, but I just don't have no faith in the Bengals. I got Aaron Rodgers going off at home. I got the Packers winning 28-7 over the Bengals. What about you, Raj?
20. I'm going with you because Cincinnati, after what I just read, about how their players want, their quarterback bench. That's something they got to work on. Aaron Rodgers is going to come out and destroy them.
I got a fun fact for you, Flash. The Cincinnati Bengals. The Cincinnati Bengals is the only team in the NFL that Aaron Rodgers have never won against.
Well, he'll do it this Sunday. Aaron Rodgers is one of the greatest quarterbacks I ever seen. That's my guy. That's my favorite quarterback. Aaron Rodgers, that's my guy right there. He's a bad man. That's a bad man right there. He's going to destroy the Cincinnati Bengals. It's not going to be close.
2 minutes left in the Super Bowl. You down by 6 points. Who do you want on your team? Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, Flash?
I want Aaron Rodgers.
No way.
I want Aaron Rodgers. I just told you. I want Aaron Rodgers. I don't know what you say. I want Aaron Rodgers. Like I like Tom Brady, but Aaron Rodgers could do way more. He's more dangerous than Tom Brady.
You agree with that, Raj?
Yeah. And you think about this? Yes, I'll agree. And I'm going to tell you why though too. Okay. Look who Aaron Rodgers was. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't he a backup for Favre before?
Exactly.
But what does that mean?
And he lived up to the hype.
Seven, let me ask you this, okay? Was Brett Favre a great quarterback or not?
Absolutely. One of the greatest ever.
Okay. And he passed everything that he knows down to AR, which AR, to me, I'll agree with Flashy. I'd rather take AR over Tom Brady.
First of all, Brett Favre passed nothing down to Aaron Rodgers. He tried to manipulate this man's career by keep retiring, not retiring.
That's true.
He had no love for Aaron Rodgers.
That's true.
So let's not do that.
He didn't have no love for Aaron Rodgers yet.
You're right. But you know what I mean? Hey, I take AR, over Tom Brady.
Aaron Rodgers is a bad man,
right
man.
there,
He's a bad man. Next up, we got the LA Chargers versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, the Chiefs know how to beat division rivals, plain and simple. And I don't think nothing is going to change. Even on the road, I got the Chiefs over the Chargers, 27-21. This should be a back and forth game, though. I'm not going to lie. Who you got, Flash?
Whoa.
I got the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs.
You got the Chiefs over the Chargers?
Yeah, Tyron Hill is doing his thing. The rookie running back, that dude surprised me, especially what he did against the last 2 weeks. He's good. He's a keeper. And Alex Smith doesn't really throw the turnover all over. He's one of the most efficient quarterbacks ever. I feel like the Chiefs have a little groove right now. I feel like they're the best team right now, like the hottest team right now. So I feel like they're gonna continue they doing the thing. But because it's a division matchup, it's gonna be closer than people think.
Now, the Chiefs have won 11 straight in the division and 6 in a row against the Chargers. When I look at it, the Chiefs in those games usually have defended Phillip Rivers pretty well. He has 5 touchdown passes, 7 interceptions, and only a passer rating of 74%. They don't have Eric Berry, who's out. But, yeah, I still got the Chiefs over the Chargers, man, even on the road.
Yeah. Chiefs been doing good. I like what they're doing.
Word. You got the who you got, Raj?
I like what they're doing.
I got the Chiefs.
All right. Marshawn Lynch and the Oakland Raiders are visiting the Washington Redskins. Now, the Redskins will move the ball on Oakland's defense, in my opinion, which is 21st in the NFL. But the Redskins are coming off of a strong performance with over 200 yards versus the Rams. I just don't think that they can do nothing with that offense that the Raiders got. They are explosive. I'm going with the Raiders over the Redskins, 28-14.
I think it's gonna be the game, the best game of the week. I feel like you kind of discredited Washington. I feel it's gonna be a very close game, but I do have the Raiders.
Oh, I got the I'm good with the Chiefs. You know what I mean, over the Chargers. I'm gonna tell you that offense that they got that they proved to me last week, man, that offense right there is one of the best right now.
All right, next up, last but not least, NFL Week 3 predictions. We got the America's team, the Dallas Cowboys versus the Arizona Cardinals. Now, the Cardinals have won their past 4 games against the Cowboys, including their past 3 at home. This will be in Arizona. Dak Prescott has not lost back-to-back regular season games in his career. But the young quarterback's work on the road in his past 3 games has not really been well. 4 out of his 6 career interceptions have come to losses at New York and at Denver. Ezekiel Elliott, I think he needs to play way better. We need to see more from Dez Bryant. This is going to be a pretty high-scoring game, but I do think the Cowboys will beat this one 34-30 over Arizona. What about you, Raj?
Listen, I'm just sure ain't no Cowboys fans around me, but I got the Cowboys winning, man.
Decisively?
No, it ain't going to be a blowout.
I just
the Cowboys is winning, though.
I don't see what the Cardinals can do. They don't have David Johnson. He's out.
Nah. I actually got the Cardinals beating the Cowboys.
Are you kidding me?
I really do. The reason why my pick for it is that I feel like the Cowboys are not gonna. I feel like they're slowly. People don't see it yet, but they're the coach is losing the locker room a little bit, and I feel like that what Jerry Jones did, where he undermined the coach, that's more bigger than people actually making it to be. That's my opinion. I feel like they're a little dysfunctional right now. I could be wrong, but I'm going the Cardinals to win this game.
Arizona's offense have struggled to get off to a fast start this year. I mean, they gaining just 95 yards and scoring 10 points in their first 2 quarters of the season. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how the Cardinals in any way, shape, form, or fashion can beat Dallas unless Dallas collapses.
But the Cowboys do have injuries that like Orlando Standrick, he's questionable. Terrence Williams is questionable. There's a lot of Peter is questionable. So it's like that is a lot of questionable on either side. It's gonna be so. It's kind of even to me. Like it's a toss up who could win this game. It's a toss up.
Now, last season, Dak Prescott followed up his worst showing at New York with one of his best, completing 88.9% of his passes in a victory against Tampa Bay. So it's going to be interesting to see how Dak bounces back this week in comparison to the performance last week. It's going to be a good one. All right, man.
Definitely.
That's it, man. That's the picks for the NFL Week 3. It's going down tomorrow, starting with the Ravens and Jaguars. Kickoff is at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. It's going down in London, the UK game, so this should be a pretty good one as well. Week 3 should be a blast, so I hope y'all enjoy it. Again, make sure y'all subscribe to our YouTube channel at T7M Radio. We also got the Facebook debate group, Best of 7 Sports Talk. Make sure y'all join us. We'd love to have y'all up there chopping it up. Big up to my guy Flash out in Brooklyn. Big up to the voice of Philly, Raj. We're going to go ahead and hold it down. We'll be back Monday to recap everything that went down in Week 3 of the NFL. This is 7 Mitchell, T7M Radio. This is the Best of 7 Sports Talk. We out of here, man. Y'all be good. Peace.